Welcome to Planet Subaru, one of the largest Subaru showrooms in the world, and the first powered entirely by the sun. Today we're comparing the 2018 Subaru Forester, the 2018 Subaru Outback, both shown here in limited trim, which is one step below the highest touring level in both models. Subaru Forester is considered a compact SUV, and it does have the proportions of a classic sport utility vehicle. Outback is regarded as a mid-size crossover, and you can see it is bigger. It's wider and longer. That wheelbase is 8 inches longer on the Outback, which is significant. So you're going to get a smoother ride out of that, and of course a lot more interior room. Both of them offer a command driving position though, so you sit up high and you'll be able to see over traffic in front of you. Let's take a look at the engines. Both come with a 2.5 liter, normally aspirated, 4-cylinder boxer engine. In the Forester it produces 170 horsepower and returns 26 miles per gallon in the city and 32 on the highway. It's also available with a 6-speed manual transmission, which is not available in the Outback. So if you like to row your own, you should choose the Forester. It's also available with a 2-liter twin-scroll turbocharged engine when you select the XT model. Moving to the Outback, it produces 175 horsepower and returns 25 in the city and 32 highway miles per gallon. It's also available with a 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine that produces 256 horsepower if you want more power or you're going to be towing. Let's talk briefly about towing. You can tow 2,700 pounds, which is the rating for the Outback. In the Forester, it's only rated for 1,500 pounds. So that you should take in mind if you're going to be towing it. Before we move to the interior, I just want to show you the ground clearance on both. Both have a prodigious 8.7 inches of ground clearance, which is actually significantly more than many more dedicated SUVs. So both vehicles will get you over the kinds of obstacles that will grab normal vehicles. Moving inside to the interior of the Outback, you're going to find that it's a little roomier than the Forester because it is wider and longer. Outstanding visibility in every direction. You can see there are these partition windows that allow you to see past the rear view mirrors on both sides. You'll see that on the Forester too. It's a trick that Subaru is using on many of its models. Also, the rearward visibility is very good. Lots of glass back there where other manufacturers like to put metal for styling purposes. Moonroof in the Outback is a conventional size that you're accustomed to seeing in a car. You're going to see a much bigger one in the Forester when we get to that. Material quality is beautiful. Soft touch surfaces abound. And also you can see the detailing, like the accent trims, very elegant. This is an interior that is a lot nicer than you'd expect in a vehicle that stickers for under $36,000. Let's take a look at the Forester next. Taking a look at the Forester interior now, you're going to see that it's a little bit taller because it does have a couple of inches on the Outback. It also has this really big panoramic moonroof, which is standard on every model except the base version. So you get a very airy greenhouse feel when you're in it. Consumer Reports recognized the Forester as the #1 vehicle of any vehicle made at any price for outward visibility, and you can see why. Just tons of glass back there. And as I pointed out in the Outback, you see those partition windows that allow you to look past the mirrors. These are excellent for shorter drivers so that your view isn't completely blocked by that outside mirror. So next, let's take a look at the cargo areas. First, we'll take a look at the Forester cargo area. Both cars have optional power rear gates. And you can see that if you're going to be transporting a dog, that extra 2 inches of height helps a lot in the Forester. You can get about the same number of ping pong balls in either car, but you get them in height in the Forester, whereas you get them in length in the Outback. Next, we'll take a look at the Outback. We'll pop the tailgate on the Outback. So you can see we don't have quite the height that we did in the Forester, but the distance between the back of the seats there and the back of the car is greater. And when you use this nifty feature in the Outback to drop the seat, you can see that distance is quite a bit longer too between the bumper and the back of the driver's seat. You can get 2 full-size bicycles into the back of the Outback without taking the wheels off. And you can also sleep back there as long as you're not an NBA player. Comparably equipped, Outback is a couple $1,000s more expensive than a Forester, in part because it's a larger, more luxurious vehicle, and also because there's more standard equipment. Some of the examples include automatic locking when you put the car into drive. That's available on the Outback, but not available on the Forester. Another example is the ingenious integrated crossbar system on the Outback. So of course the rails go longitudinally, but standard on every Outback model except the Touring is these configurable, adjustable crossbars, so that you can pull them out when you need them and just fold them back in for better fuel economy when you don't. You can also put bolt-on crossbars on the Forester, but they're not standard, and you can't get that swinging design like you saw in the Outback. We would love to show you all the differences between the cars, because there are a lot more than I have time to show you in the video, and give you an opportunity to drive the cars too. So please visit us at planetsubaru.com to learn more about the cars, or in person here in Hanover, Massachusetts. Thank you for watching.